The old port of La Boca, Buenos Aires, the birthplace of tango. In the 1880s, these trendy cafes and restaurants were the brothels where recently arrived European and African immigrants would gather to find companionship, to drink, sing, and dance. Today, the area is a mecca for artists who hang out their works and for tourists who simply, well, hang out. But one thing continues unchanged in these streets and alleys: the tango plays on. Now, with tango being the latest Latino dance craze in the clubs of Europe and North America, more visitors than ever before are flocking to Buenos Aires to find the roots of the so-called dance of passion. But are the roots that easy to find? Sitting on the floor here is Jennifer, who is just 8 years old. She lives with her family in Chacabuco, 240 kilometers from the capital. Like most children, she enjoys watching cartoons. But Jennifer's main love is tango. 3 times a week she's picked up by Marci, a professional dancer. He has taken it upon himself to teach youngsters the mysteries of this dance, and his passion has proved to be a magnet. Children now travel from throughout the region to dance with Marci. What started off as a handful of children rehearsing in this school hall has grown dramatically into a class of over 200 in just 3 years. For Jennifer and her friends, the attraction is simple.
For me, it's beautiful. It is fun. I love dancing tango.
Most of these children come from poor farming families. They're now invited to take part in shows all over the country. The class has given them an opportunity they might never have had, and though Marci insists they learn the discipline of the dance, he ensures that first and foremost they have fun.
Our aim is to teach them like you would teach a child ballet. They are children, and we want them to dance, but to dance according to their lives right now. I want them to know that they can dance without shoes, without ribbons in their hair if they want to. I also want them to know they can do a sensuous tango without having to touch one another sensuously. I don't want them to forget that they are children.
Back in Buenos Aires, Marci is rehearsing in a new show starring influential dancer Estela Herman. With tango in the 21st century, she's attempting to push the boundaries of traditional tango.
It is the body, the heart, and the soul. The feeling that it gives us comes from inside. It transcends us. It comes also from the person with whom we're dancing. The tango ends and a love affair ends. Another tango begins and another love affair begins with it.
Estela uses the wailing melancholy of the bandoneon, an instrument similar to the accordion. It's the mainstay of many of tango's melodies. Incorporating jazz, step, and modern dance, she's one of tango's most innovative choreographers. For inspiration, Stella needs to go back in time. And for that, she's a regular visitor to La Confiteria Ideal. The cafe is one of the oldest of hundreds of tango halls scattered throughout the city. Dressed in black, she sways through the room with Marcy as other aficionados practice the steps of traditional tango. Many come every lunchtime, returning again in the evenings. Some partners are still learning. While others have clearly danced together before. Among this group are Ben Molar and Palermo, two of tango's most famous and lasting personalities. Both have frequented the tango halls and clubs of the city for more than 7 decades. No tango gathering is complete without them.
People have to come here because in Europe there's not the right rhythm with which to dance. They dance without composure. You can't do that. They do a lot of things that are wrong. First, like at school, you have to learn to walk. Everything else follows. You can't jump right in like this, no. To learn tango, you have to start slowly and use this.
Ben's home pays homage to the music that is his life. The walls are adorned with posters and pictures of some of Argentina's greatest composers and performers. Ben, who is said to have composed a song or two himself, recalls how the music provided a chance for young people to meet.
In those days you had to conquer, and this music, this tango, would help us. Today it is a lot easier because you, and you, young ladies, you conquer us all so quickly without the need for the songs. But back then, us men, who are old today, we needed a song which would allow us to dance. Sometimes we would rest our cheek against her cheek to try and conquer her. When we did this, the mother, who would be watching, would rush over and say, "Be careful, be careful."
Every style has its master, and it's impossible to talk of tango music without mentioning Carlos Gardel. Every year, hundreds of fans gather in a city cemetery to sing his songs and mourn his passing in a plane crash in 1935 at the height of his career. Always with a cigarette in hand, Gardel wrote and sang some of the most lasting of tango's melodies. The hero worship of this charismatic performer has earned him the nickname of the Argentine Elvis Presley. Back in La Boca, it's business as usual. A local phrase says tango is a soft wave turned into music. And as it continues to storm the dance halls of the world, these are some of the people who are ensuring this wave never crashes. And they're doing so in the very birthplace of tango, Buenos Aires.
Gracias,